Florida's Governor DeSantis wants to give the bill to the Biden administration for the rising cost of migrants. Florida Congressman Carlos Gimenez joins us now. Congressman, who's going to pay for this migrant mess?
Well, unfortunately, some of the costs are going to be borne by Monroe County. Some will be borne by the state of Florida, and some will be borne by the federal government. Where in reality, the federal government should bear all of the cost. But we've gone through this before with the federal government, and they quite never give us or give the local and state governments the money that they actually spent on doing federal government job.
Is there anything you can do about that?
Well, we in Congress can say, look, that's our responsibility, and it's not the responsibility of a local sheriff or the governor or the National Guard. That's a national responsibility of Customs and Border Protection, of Coast Guard, et cetera. We appreciate the help that the local and state governments give to us, but at the end, we need to bear the full cost. We need to pass some legislation that says that, so that both Monroe County and the state of Florida can get reimbursed.
Okay, hope it happens. According to a government official, the software that failed the FAA was installed back in 1993, 3 decades old. Should we privatize the FAA? I ask the question because the government doesn't do very well with computer systems and that kind of thing. They're bureaucratic. It doesn't work. Should we privatize?
That's a possibility. Everything should be, up in the air. Everything should be on the table. All options should be on the table, not just for the FAA, but for many other things that the federal government is involved in. It could be that the private sector can do it better, cheaper, keep up to date. And so there's been talk about that with the FAA. That should be on the table. If that system is from 1993, that shows us the failure of the federal government to keep up with the times. Obviously, that technology is totally antiquated, and we saw the results of that last week when we grounded all planes. That's totally unacceptable. We need to investigate why it happened, and we need to give the FAA, at least at this point, the resources that it needs in order to upgrade and maintain the systems that are vital to the security of our passengers in the air.
At the moment, it's the airlines that are getting browbeaten for the FAA's problem, but the real cause of the problem was this breakdown of the FAA. It's a government problem, not a private enterprise problem. That's why I'm saying, come on. The government doesn't do this stuff very well. At least think about using private enterprise. In my opinion, just my opinion, private enterprise handles big gobs of money much better than the government.
Oh, no, that's truth. That's not just opinion. Yeah, the private sector, much more efficient, and they do a much better job with the resources that they have than the federal government. We have all these regulations that we impose on ourselves. We also have contracts that you wouldn't see in the private sector. Right. Procurement just that in government is 4 times more expensive than it is in the private sector, all because of these rules and regulations that we impose to make sure everything is fair. Well, it's not fair to the taxpayer because they're paying 4 times the amount that they need to for goods and services from the public sector than they do from the private sector.
Privatization is my idea, and Congressman, I would like you to present it to Congress as your idea or anybody else's. But I'd love to see that happen. Congressman, you're all right.
Fair enough.
Thanks for joining us. So appreciate it.